Oh my God. All over my brand new desk. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel and thank you for clicking on today's video. So as you guys can tell, we are here in the new office. Recently just moved into this new space. It's definitely not set up yet. Don't mind the background. Obviously nothing's up on the walls yet. I'm still trying to figure out my whole layout of the office and everything like that. So definitely stay tuned. There's definitely gonna be some more content on my new office and my new desk setup, all that kind of stuff. But I thought this would be a perfect time to kind of do a little Ask Me Anything, do a Q&A video. So I actually went over to Instagram and asked you guys to send me in some questions, and you guys definitely came through. So I'm gonna try to get through as many as I can today. And I always love Q&As. I think it's a cool way for you guys to get to know me a little bit more and for me to answer some questions for you guys that maybe aren't always specific things I'm gonna talk about on this channel on a daily basis at least. And also one more thing I want to say about this new office is I'm trying to figure out the new angles. I think this is going to be one here. Then also I'm gonna have another angle over there, but let me know in the comments below if you guys like this kind of angle. Obviously once some things are up on the walls and everything like that, but I'm kind of feeling this. It's kind of a new vibe. All right, so let's just jump right into these questions. So the first question from Alan is, favorite lifestyle items, what's something that you use every day? I did recently do a video talking about my everyday carry. If you guys haven't checked that one out, that's kind of like some things I carry with me on a daily basis. But something I actually recently picked up that I guess I would consider a lifestyle item are these Sony WH-1000XM4s. I think that's the name of it. I wasn't a big fan of the new AirPods, and I did want some noise canceling headphones, especially in my new place. So I recently picked these up and I've been loving these things so far because a lot of people recommend these and these are pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, been loving these things. So the next question from Din Truong, sorry if I'm butchering that name. Congrats on the new home and how is the new office coming along? As I mentioned, the new office is coming along for sure. I'm definitely just trying to dial some things in. I kind of spent the first few days, I actually had to leave town to go to New York for work. So I'm just now kind of putting the pieces together in here, but I do have a whole new desk, switching some things up, and I do want to order a few more things for the office kind of behind the camera, what you guys can't see right now. So yeah, really excited about the new space and definitely more on it coming soon for sure. All right, Tanner Kirk asked best indie filter for photo and video. Honestly, I've been rocking the Polar Pro indie filter, the Peter McKinnon one. It's definitely not cheap by any means, but it's really good and you get none of the weird vignetting that you do with some variable NDs. So yeah, I recommend that one and I think I do have it linked down in the description below. All right, Nawal asked thoughts on the C70. The C70 is actually a really tempting camera. I actually haven't shot with it yet, but I have edited some footage that was shot with it. And I really like the image quality out of it. It solves a lot of the issues that I think the Canon R5 has, but it is Super 35. So for me, I wouldn't even consider it for myself. If they come out with a C70 that is like full frame, I'm definitely gonna jump on that thing because yeah, the thing sounds like a beast. Pal Music says, let's see the sneaker collection. The sneaker collection honestly isn't as crazy as it once was, but maybe I'll do some sort of a sneaker video at some point. But honestly, I still don't even have everything unpacked in my new place yet. My closet is definitely still a disaster. It's not unpacked yet. But yeah, maybe I'll do some sort of a video in the future around sneakers. So let me know if you guys would be interested in that. My dude, Big Rob Energy asked, why does the Rocks energy drink taste absolutely horrendous? Yeah, if you guys didn't know, I actually have a second channel where I review energy drinks. It was just kind of like a fun thing. And yeah, I reviewed all of the Rocks new energy drinks and they're actually pretty awful, but yeah, I don't know. But Big Rob also asked how much structure and planning goes into making your videos. That's a good question. I guess it kind of depends a little bit on each video. And I try to have kind of like a mix. So some of my videos have a lot more structure and a lot more planning, a lot more filming and editing. Like something like my desk setup tour for 2021. I really planned that thing out ahead of time. I wanted it to be a really high production value. I wanted it to be really clean and kind of thought out. And I'm really happy with how that video turned out. And it doesn't always work out this way on YouTube, but I put a lot of time into that and planning, and that video is doing really well for my channel. So that's always cool to see. But then on the opposite side of things, sometimes I have videos like this, like a Q&A where there isn't a lot of planning that goes into it beforehand. Obviously, I asked you guys to send in some questions, but I didn't really have to like plan too much out. So especially having my YouTube channel as a part-time thing on top of a full-time job, I can't make every video this crazy production. I just don't have time to do that unless I only wanted to put out like one video a month or something, and I'm trying to do a little bit more than that. Lots of camera questions, which I love, of course. So Giovanni asked thoughts on the Canon M50. The Canon M50 is a really good camera. I have a buddy, Sooner, who has the M50 and he does some awesome stuff with it. So I think it's a great, I guess, like entry-level camera, and then you can kind of go up from there in the future. Another question from Nawal, since we're talking about cameras, thoughts on the FX3. The FX3 seems like a really cool camera. I don't really know why Sony calls it a cinema camera because it doesn't really have a lot of cinema camera qualities, but it just kind of seems like a A7S III on steroids, which does make it pretty tempting. But I think I honestly like the camera body of the A7S III a little bit more, but I don't know, it is pretty cool. All right, Dominic asked favorite Jordan, the 4, 3, and 11. Honestly, my favorite Jordan is not any of those numbers. I would have to go with just the Jordan 1. Timeless, it's classic, and that's definitely the Jordan that I have the most of for sure. All right, Luke Toland asked favorite energy drink besides 3D. I think you guys should already know that by now, but Ghost Energy has been my go-to as of late. And I am sitting here, I keep spilling this on my desk. I don't know why. I opened it right when I started this video and I just keep spilling it. But it's good. It's funny because the more I go through these questions, it's like cameras, energy drinks, office, or like shoes, which is kind of funny because I guess those are a lot of my interests. Sarung asked favorite lens to shoot and settings. I have a couple videos on my channel already talking about all my camera settings, but my favorite lens, honestly, I love my 15 to 35, but a 24 to 70 is kind of hard to beat for just an all-in-one lens. It's killer. IMB Paula asked, when are you switching to Sony? So obviously on my channel lately, I've had a couple videos talking about some Sony cameras, if I'm going to switch, things like that. I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely a possibility, but just over the last few weeks between moving and traveling for work again, I just haven't had as much time to really kind of put all the thought through on that yet. I will say the Sony a7S III solves a lot of my issues for video that I have with the Canon R5, which I'm filming on right now, but it doesn't solve my photo needs. So if I did pick up the Sony a7S III, I would pick up a extra camera body as well from Sony, one for more photo specific things. So I would need 2 cameras with that system. And then meanwhile, while I have the Canon R5, even though there are some quirks and it's not perfect for video, it is able to do everything I need for both photo and video in one camera body, even with its little flaws. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. We'll kind of see in the future what happens, but I definitely am considering switching. I don't know what I'm gonna do quite yet, but the Canon R5, it's an amazing camera. The Sony a7S III is an amazing camera. I will be interested to see what the Sony a7 IV looks like in the future, but yeah. I get caught up in the camera wars sometimes just because it's fun, and it's kind of exciting when you have new gear and new things to try out. But let's be honest, they're both killer cameras and killer systems, so either one's great. Cam Talks Tech, I love this question. He said, what are your go-to healthy meals? Do you meal prep? I don't always meal prep. I do try to eat somewhat of a healthy lifestyle. Obviously, I don't always eat great, but something I've been doing recently is I just get like some grilled chicken from the store, or I just grill the chicken myself, and then I kind of like half prep my meals. So I have like the protein already cooked, and then I just like heat up like a microwavable rice packet, like a 90-second one. So I got some grilled chicken, some rice, I'll throw in an egg in there, and then throw on some teriyaki. Super good macros, pretty healthy. But yeah, I don't know, I kind of love the fitness side of things and the health stuff, so great question. And while we're on the topic of some of these things, Maria asked, what are all of the supplements you take? So I actually saw this question, I pulled a few of them so I could show you guys. If you haven't checked out this video I did a morning routine for 2021. I kind of talk about all the supplements that I take, at least in the mornings every day, so definitely check that video out. But a couple things I take, this definitely looks like I'm like sponsored by Ghost, but I'm not. But these are kind of the main things I take pretty much every day. I take creatine every day. I just take 5 milligrams of this. I try to take a greens powder every day as well. I just prefer the one from Ghost. No greens powder really tastes that amazing, but this is the best tasting one I've found so far. It's the lime. And then the main supplements, I guess, is just a pre-workout. I love Ghost ones. And then also I will sometimes sip on BCAAs while I'm working out as well. And yeah, again, not sponsored by Ghost or anything like that. They're just my favorite brand. I've tried pretty much every brand out there and I just prefer theirs. And then really the only other thing on top of that I take is sometimes I take vitamin D3, a multivitamin, and then obviously I get in some sort of a protein shake every day as well. All About EDC says, what's your favorite brand and flavor of sparkling water? I've recently been getting some bubblies just because they've been on sale at our grocery store, but honestly LaCroix, just the classic lime, is hard to beat in my opinion. So that's kind of my go-to. And also if you guys have Costco near you, it's the one that you can buy of LaCroix that's in bulk. And we just got a Costco membership and wow, it's like totally opened my eyes. Costco is so sick. All right, Her Poet says minimal setup or overloaded desk. That's a great question. I personally like to lean more on the minimal side. I mean, maybe you wouldn't consider my desk setup to be fully minimal. Maybe it's a little bit too much to be minimal, but whenever I think of overloaded, I think of like a crazy gaming setup with a bunch of RGB and all this stuff. And I try to keep things clean and not cluttered, so I'm definitely gonna have to go more on the minimal side. So my buddy Parker asked, what are some of the pros and cons of your new office area? That is actually a great question. Some of the pros is I have more space in here, it's carpeted, so there shouldn't be as much echo. Also, it has a door. So my old office, if you guys didn't see my office tour, it was actually just an extension of my living room. Obviously, sometimes when you're making videos, it can get messy. It's just part of the creative process. Cameras, light stands, all this kind of stuff. And because it was just an extension of my living room, if my office was ever messy, it just made my whole home feel messy. So now it's nice that it's just kind of closed off. I can shut the door, just kind of leave some things prepped. But yeah, more space is obviously awesome in here as well. And then as far as cons go, there's really only one issue that I have, which I'm trying to solve right now. But my big windows in here actually don't open. So my office does get a little hot since it's on the second floor of our place. So I'm looking to get like a really nice fan in here, hopefully one that's quiet. So let me know in the comments below if you guys have a good suggestion for that. Jezza Visual asks, dream video project. I would have to say probably to do a gym edit for The Rock, because that would just be sick. All right, Patrick Rambles says, hitting 10K soon. What's your next goal for 2021? Yeah, that's actually crazy. I know he actually has a channel and he's coming up on 10K as well. So congrats to you as well, man. But yeah, that is crazy. We're coming up on 10K. I'm hoping to hit it by the end of April or somewhere around there, which is kind of crazy because, you know, I'm just gonna be honest, 10K is a really big milestone for me in this channel. I've put in, I mean, hundreds of hours of work into this. It's kind of just become a personal outlet for me. It's something I really enjoy doing. And it's kind of slowly turning into its entire business and just this whole side hustle for me. So it's really cool. It's just awesome to see the growth. And if you think about 10,000 people in a room or in an arena, that's a ton of people. So super grateful. And then as far as what's your next goal for 2021, I definitely have a couple numbers in mind, but I don't really always like to share those things. But one thing I will say is, especially with my new office and just some of the things I have planned, is I'm really trying to take the production value in my videos kind of up to the next level. And I'm trying to find a balance with work and personal life and all that stuff with my channel. So I would love to at least have 2 really high quality videos a month. I would like to have more than that. I don't like to say, hey, I'm doing X videos a month or anything like that, because things can always change with work. But I think if I can at least put out a couple high quality videos a month and then hopefully more on top of that, then I think this channel is kind of headed in the right direction. All right, Dejan asks, planning, setting, shooting, editing, exporting, thumbnails, shoot, editing, uploading descriptions, tags, all that kind of stuff over and over. Do you ever get tired, and how do you charge your mental batteries? Yeah, so in case people aren't really aware, the YouTube grind, a lot of stuff goes into every single video, a lot of what he mentioned. So there's a lot of steps to making each video, but how do I recharge my mental batteries, and do I ever get tired? For sure, I get tired sometimes, especially when work is crazy that week as well. but I definitely recharge my mental batteries by just doing things not video or content related. So a big thing for me is going to the gym and getting in a good workout, or playing basketball, which is luckily starting up here again soon as well. You just have to do something totally away from tech, away from cameras, not think about YouTube for a little bit, think about something else. And that always kind of helps me kind of get refreshed and get back into it. All right, Louise asked, can you talk about what motivates you and how I can find some? LOL. That's a good question. Honestly, I'm not always motivated. I think we all go through that struggle sometimes. It's just, things can be tricky like that, and it's just hard mentally to always be motivated. But something for me is I kind of have some long-term goals now, and not just for my professional work, but more as like a lifestyle standpoint, like where I want to live, what type of a lifestyle I want to have, that kind of stuff. So I guess that's kind of what I would recommend. If you kind of have some long-term goals, not always short-term, that kind of just helps me stay motivated, because I have to kind of get going if I want to make these dreams happen down the line. And I feel like this is a good one to end the video on. Mr. Blaker asked, favorite Ghost Energy drink flavor? I feel like I've said it a lot in other videos. I love the Sour Patch Kids Blue Raspberry, but honestly, the mango I think is my #1, which is weird because I'm not a huge mango person. But yeah, the tropical mango, it is so damn good. All right guys, so that is pretty much it. That's about as many videos as I can get through in today's video. I don't want this video to end up being way too long, and I've already been recording for about a half hour, so I might have to trim out a few. But I really do appreciate everyone who submitted some questions. Again, if you guys want to ever participate in one of these Q&As in the future, be sure you're following me over on Instagram. I usually throw up a story and ask you guys to ask me some questions. And as I mentioned, I can't wait to share with you guys more on this office and this new space. I'm definitely excited to kind of get it dialed in, hopefully this week. And I know some things I ordered are gonna be coming in soon. So I wanna get this entire space kind of finished up, at least pretty much for now, before I show you guys around the entire thing. But definitely let me know in the comments below what you guys think of this angle. I know I'm gonna have one angle here and then one kind of over here to the side. And I'm just kind of excited to have this new space and get going in it and kind of get it dialed in. Guys, that's gonna be it for me in today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching. And one thing I do wanna say before I end this video is I just really appreciate all the support lately on the channel. All the likes, all the comments. Some of these recent videos have just been doing insane for me. And it's just a really good feeling because I've been putting in a lot of time and effort into this channel. And this is actually the biggest month I've ever had on YouTube. So we're coming up on 10K very soon, which is super exciting. And if you guys are still watching this video and you aren't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I'd really appreciate it. I really do notice each and every single one. I try to respond to everybody in all their comments. And I'm just really excited for the future of this channel. But guys, that's gonna be it for me. If you did enjoy watching today's video, will you please drop it a thumbs up? And I'll catch you guys in the next video very, very soon. Peace, guys.